Hello, welcome to another Buzz Talk debate. Here it is me, Eli, and we have here.
Hello, it is me, Andrew.
Yes, and we are going to be debating today the Minutemen, aligned with the Railroad, versus the Institute, aligned with the Minutemen. In Fallout 4, you should go play the game if you don't know what we're talking about. To begin, we're going to explain the factions, and there are set times for each argument phase, and I'll keep track of that through timers, and we'll just have fun through it all. So let's begin with Andrew explaining the Minutemen faction.
Yes, thank you. I will start now. The Minutemen basically are a bunch of people who are really inspired by the American Revolution and really like being defined as settlers that train and arm themselves to fight someone stronger than them and fighting them because they're taking things from the settlers, so they want to defend their land and resources. That's basically the philosophy of the Minutemen, from my understanding.
Okay, you cut out a little bit, but you should be fine there. Now I'll introduce the Institute. Let me get the time ready for myself. And okay, so the Institute is the faction in Fallout 4, centered around the Institute of Technology in Massachusetts, the MIT, and they are scientists who dug underground when the apocalypse happened and made a shelter underneath Massachusetts. So they built up their bunker and they kept doing the research. They invented synths, synthetic humans, and now control like lots of scientific achievements such as the molecular relay and synths. And they influence from the shadows, and they just want to do good through technology. Okay, that is the introduction for the Institute and the Minutemen. So next up is Andrew will be having 3 minutes to describe why the Minutemen, aligned with the Railroad, is the best option for the Commonwealth. And timer is starting now.
All right. I personally find the Minutemen to be the most appealing to me, and that's why I find them to be the best faction. But here are some that they do that I find to be morally good. They really like settlements and defending those settlements. They want to repopulate the Commonwealth because it doesn't have a lot of people living in it. It would be nice to take over the Commonwealth and repopulate it. That's not it. Continuing on. To further my point, in order to populate the land, they need to be able to defend people so they don't die, and to be able to feed those said people. They also want to be able to have people live off the land, which will in end also help repopulation. And to further my point about repopulation, Minutemen settlements usually help with resources and food, which helps with, and if people are running low on food, a settlement with a surplus can send resources over to them. And another thing I really like about these settlements is that everyone gets a bed and a job to do in the settlement, which in turn helps the settlement grow. The Minutemen also thrive by re-inviting people from the wasteland. These people can include rogue synths and ghouls. But the Minutemen are not always perfect, so some of the aggression stays from people being hurt by these uh, races of people. So sometimes hostility will arise. And those are the reasons I believe be considered the best faction.
Okay, you had 30 seconds to spare there, so you did pretty well. Now I will start my 3 minutes. Okay, and start. Okay, so the Institute, which is renowned for its technology, of course, has really good technology. Everything in the Institute is clean. It literally has that label on all the objects, like clean coffee cup, clean everything. So the amount of death that from disease that must happen in the Commonwealth is intense. And while the Institute has the ability to properly defend against disease, they have vaccinations, they have that equipment, they have an education program. Everyone in the Institute wasn't born before the war. They were trained through education, and they all seem to have that. And there's much opportunity in the Institute. They have programs again on synths that can do that can do farm work much more productively than humans because there's so many of them. There are they have the bioscience facility, which can mass produce food. They have the Sims again to defend. You have all these pieces of technology that can help rebuild and make better what was before. They really have the teleporter. They can, like, the Minutemen can defend in a minute, but the Institute can defend instantaneously. They can teleport from one side of the Commonwealth to another. Don't know how far it goes, but they can do that at least. Now, the Institute, on the other hand, compared to the Minutemen, the Institute does not have. The Institute has a strong leadership. When we have shown time and time again that the Institute, when the director dies, they can replace the director without chaos going through all of it. Like, even when the sole survivor gets chosen, there's some disgruntlement, but it turns out for the best. And the sole survivor will have more resources to work on things if they become leader of the Institute than if they became leader of the Minutemen. There's more technology there. And the Minutemen has a weak leadership, tends to be. After a general dies, there tends to be civil war and strife amongst the Minutemen, as like every general. So how is that a long-lasting option? Because after the sole survivor dies, then the Minutemen might just collapse again. For all we know, there's no long-term plan. While the Institute, they have a long-lasting plan that has worked since 200 years, which is about the age of the United States of America. And I only have 13 seconds left, so I'm going to stop here. Okay.
Okay, whoa. I don't know how.
You have your 2-minute rebuttal. And let me know when you're ready for me to start that. I'll give you some time.
I'm just gonna re-listen to what you said.
Okay.
You were really careful. Like you didn't mention like how like the Institute's really selfish,
Oh,
only really cares about themselves.
should I
No, no,
start
no,
the
no,
timer?
no, no.
Okay.
I'm not ready.
Okay.
I am not ready for that.
Does
But
that?
that's just something that you were really careful not to mention. Something like I don't know how what I'm supposed to argue.
Well, you don't have to just argue on what I've said. You can also argue on just the Institute in general, why the Institute is bad.
Because they kidnap people.
Should I start the timer? Or
No,
okay.
I'm gonna write some of this down.
Okay. I shall.
No, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
When I say like that, that's just me thinking out loud.
Oh, do you want to mute until you're ready?
I guess.
Alright.
Oh, it's gonna be really sad when you tear apart my points. Okay, yeah. I gotta put this somewhere you can't see it. Can't put it in test. I'll go put it somewhere else.
I'm not looking at any of that stuff right now, anyways.
Okay, so just don't look at test.
You know, I'm not looking at that. Waiting music. Well, you can see these cool images I have in front of you, viewers. Just two propaganda pieces from each side. I really like the Institute one here. I've never seen this before. It looks really nice.
Put it in. I don't know. Just put it in general or something.
I'll put it in a bit because
Okay.
I can't click off right now.
I don't know how I'm gonna have 2 minutes of rebuttal. It's gonna be like 30 seconds.
Oh,
at
it doesn't
most.
have to. It doesn't have to be 2 minutes.
Okay.
Are you ready now?
No,
Okay.
I'm a very slow person.
Okay, because it's been about a minute.
Here, if you want to hear what you said, I think I'm just send it to you.
No, don't send it now. Send it later.
No, just what you said. That's it.
No, you can just send it later.
Okay, I will. I don't care. Just export.
I'll give you a little more time.
I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Okay, that's 1 point. What's my second point? Oh, yeah. I'm going to have 2 points, and that's about it.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be sad. Okay, I guess.
No. I'll start the timer now. 2 minutes. There you go.
From my understanding, the Institute kidnap people, take their memories, and then put those memories in new synths, and then put that copy synth back where the original person was and have it used to spy on the population to learn more about it, which is unsettling and an invasion of privacy. And my other point is that I find it that seems to really only care about itself more than the people in the Commonwealth, which might make sense from one view, but from my view, that seems to be them just thinking them to be more elite than the people in the Commonwealth. But that is all. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Okay, so
Because they are. Yeah, you can do yours.
So my 2-minute rebuttal to your first argument. Starting now. Okay, so first off, the Institute is much better at defending settlements than the Minutemen is. The Minutemen's entire identity is defending settlements, and they've improved in the past. They can't sometimes, but the Institute has technology to actually deal with it. They can just relay over tons of synths, get the job done, and relay out. They can relay everywhere. There's a lot more that the Minutemen can't do than the Institute can do. Like farming, again, the Minutemen can expand settlements, but the Institute can do it more. That's all I really have to rebuttal your first points. That's all I can do from memory, because I don't remember what else he said. Okay. Yeah, I did 1 minute for that. Okay. Next up is a 1 minute and 30-second conclusion and kind of a rebuttal of a rebuttal. So you're only going to be talking on what I just talked on.
Okay, a good thing I recorded that. Okay,
Okay.
where did you start? That is a good question. So basically, you just said that the Institute can do things better than...
Everything that the Minutemen is built for, the Institute can do better, so why not just choose the Institute?
Well, okay, I
I'll
have to think
start.
about that.
Okay.
I'm probably not the best person to answer that question. Okay, this is where it splits off. Can I split the track? Oh, yes, I can. Nope, that's cutting it.
By the way, for the people at home, he made his own recording for the whole thing, so we can go back and see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm bad at taking notes. It's very... just easier for me. I'm gonna mute my mic so it doesn't leak out.
Okay. Random noises. Yeah, just like marrying this art. Whoever made this was really good. I really liked all of those. Oh, both of these are good.
I can try, but I don't know if I'll be able to really disappoint your points, except saying that humanity doesn't need should be able to do things on their own. I don't know. I'm not.
Okay. Should I start the timer?
I'm gonna try my best. Actually, let me listen.
Alright. That'll be the #1 phrase I'll say in this video. Should I start the timer? I think I said that like 5 times now. Okay, and this date that's put on the Minutemen picture here doesn't make much sense. But that's, it doesn't really make much sense because I don't think the Soul Survivor would have been out of the vault yet. Well, he might have been out of the vault.
That probably would have been a good thing to bring up.
Oh, you can bring it up now. Should I start the timer?
I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, so let me type out. It's just
And by the way, people, this is our first take, so we did not hear any of our arguments or anything.
yeah. Oh, okay. I think I got it. I got like a 30-second thing that I could do,
Okay.
but
Do you
I
want
don't
me
have
to...
it down yet.
Okay. Now I'm trying to remember what you said originally.
I didn't record that, so I can't.
Yeah, but I don't remember what you said.
I can give you the basic.
No, you said something. No, your rebuttal on the live point. I don't remember now.
Minutemen want to create settlements, repopulate, defend and feed people, have people. Oh, that.
Yeah. What do you say?
Push those nuisance middle of the night to spy on population.
Oh, okay. I got
Just
it.
look and test right now. You can.
Okay, no, I've got it. I actually need to get a reminder, but I understand now. Are you anywhere close to being ready?
No.
It's almost a 20-minute video now.
Oh, you can. Are you gonna edit it down? Like cut out the parts that we aren't.
No.
I'm trying my best. Okay.
Okay. Well, probably not.
All right, I'll try my best. All right, you can start the timer.
Okay, just started.
Okay. I think the only thing I can say that might be work is that I think the Minutemen would know what it's like to live in the and be more relatable to people that have to scrape by any means necessary in the wasteland, and would in return be more likely to be accepted by the population. That's all I could come up with.
Okay. And now it's my 1 minute and 30-second conclusion and rebuttal.
Really sad.
Okay. So start. I'll start with your first rebuttal. All of the simps, like every simp activity that goes outside in the kidnappings is all for the advancement of humanity. It's kind of like the greater good argument. Some of that, yeah, it's immoral and like the FUV stuff. But now that you're in charge, the sole survivor's in charge, the sole survivor can change what they do. It's proven that the director can do whatever they want. So they can actually make it more structured. They can make it more moral. They can choose that stuff. Okay, and then the second thing, the Institute is aligned with the Minutemen. So the Minutemen is like the face to the Commonwealth, saying, okay, Institute's the good guys, and the Institute is the actual like people doing work and actually doing stuff. So the Institute would get warmed up to through that relation because and the thing I'm fighting for is the Institute aligned with the Minutemen. In conclusion, the Institute, I believe, is the strongest and the best faction for the Commonwealth, and I think they should win in Fallout 4. And that's it. Okay, and that was our video. This is
Yeah.
really long, but I'll see if I can edit this down or find someone else to edit this down. Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye now.
Goodbye.